Several days had passed since the package arrived. The end of my 3rd week living in the mansion was drawing near. Michelle wasn't getting any friendlier either. Oh, that's not good. Ah, the truth. Okay. La verite. Is that French? It seems like it could be French, but it could also be Italian. I'm not familiar, actually, with that term. He continued to either snub or bluntly dismiss me whenever we crossed paths. It's French. Ah, okay. Yep, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't understand why he acted that way around me. But there was little point in asking when he seemed to think there was little point in talking to me at all. Although at first I had been sure there was some way to get him to warm up to me. The more time I spent in the mansion, the more my willpower began to feel like it was at its breaking point. I could tell myself to stay positive until I was blue in the face, but it would only work for so long. The one pretty place in the whole house. I'm glad he hasn't covered it back up. Blue moonlight shone quietly through the stained glass window, faintly illuminating some of the room. I hadn't noticed until now, but the room with the stained glass window appeared to be modeled after a chapel. Rows of pews faced the window, below which sat what used to be a pulpit. There was very little left of it, though, and an awkward length of silver was mounted to the pulpit's front face. Miku cosplay win. Wait, was that a Twitch goal? Wait, Miku cosplay win. I don't think that was a Twitch goal. Like, I could make that a Twitch goal. Like, if everyone wants me to make that a Twitch goal, I'll do it. Like, Miku cosplay. I mean, I don't mind cosplaying Miku. I mean, I do have, like, the blue, you know, dog and the blue shirt I'm wearing, and literally Vaporeon, for which this was my childhood favorite Pokemon before the fucking meme, but Vaporeon is one of my favorite Pokemon. So I think dressing up as Miku would actually be very... It will make a lot of sense, at least for me, because I have, like, the blue theming going on. I also have the Vaporeon mouse cursor. There was very little left of it, though, and an awkward length of silver was mounted to the pulpit's front face. What was, I assume, formerly a cross. Upon further reflection, rather than facing the window, the pews seemed to be pointed at the pulpit, or perhaps the cross hanging on it. I wasn't sure why there would be a chapel in a mansion, but I had no one to ask about it. For a house of this size, a statue of Christ or the Virgin Mary seems more appropriate. It's a very well-made chapel, at any rate. I doubted Michel had built it for himself. Oh, had built for himself, yeah. There would be no reason for him to cover the window if that were the case. Nor had I ever seen him come to pray. He doesn't seem like one to believe in God. God. I'm not even sure if God really existed, then surely the world would be a much more pleasant, peaceful place. No unfair disparities in money or power. No senseless misfortune. Oh yeah, Miku was trending again because of the World Cup. That's why I thought it would be a good idea. Ah. Isn't she British now because Brazil lost? Yeah. Oh, no. So Brazil lost to Norway. Miku became Norwegian Miku. Or Holland Miku, if you have been following up with the Holland memes. And now Miku's British. I certainly wouldn't have found myself here either. But God was evidently quite fond of giving mankind trials, so he would probably tell me with a straight face that this was one too. Or perhaps we simply had a false impression of him, and he didn't actually give us anything. Wow, we're talking about Hatsune Miku and Gunnar Pokemon. Well, you know, this person's questioning, you know, the existence of God. He merely sat back and watched from somewhere far, far away. Twitch censor, yeah. Twitch does censor that word. Even though there's probably a filter you could actually turn that off through. It wasn't his job to bring peace to the world, or ensure our laws were fair. That was all mankind's responsibility. What is God? What are angels? I have no idea. Maybe the Bible has answers. Why should I pray to someone so far away? How do I know my prayer is even getting there? Damn. Guess we're questioning Christianity today. But still, I guess this could apply to most religions that have a monotheistic God in a way. Like, this is just a, chapter where monotheistic gods are, like, questioned. Although it's heavily implied that this is mentioning the Christian God. Is talking about religion not good here in the chat? I mean, as long as people are respectable in the regards of religion, I'm fine with it. As long as you're, like, respecting that some people may not hold similar religious beliefs that, you may hold. For me, I'm non-religious. Like, I'm pretty much agnostic, so I don't really follow too much. Like, I dabble in Buddhism at times, but that's mainly most of my religious thoughts. Grew up with a non-denominational Christian family, so I guess in a way, like, I grew up around Christianity, but I never really practice. Yeah, I don't really practice religion. It's not like I have any other options. And I feel like it's topical to talk about religion because, well, this part of the game is talking about religion, so I feel like that should be fine for at least today. Oh? Don't you worry. It'll all work out. Promise. I already know where I'm going to work. It's a really prominent noble house. Way out of reach of some small-time merchants like us. You never know. This could be my big break. I'm Muslim, but I'm kind of lost right now. Too lazy, maybe. Yeah. I don't know too much about Islam, though I do have some Muslim friends as well that's been, kind of talking about the religion to me. Actually, embarrassing enough, I didn't know too much about it until I was in my 20s. Like, it seems like a very peaceful religion from what I know. Oh, I'm just kidding. I mean, oh my god, that was really bad timing. That was in the visual novel. Oh my god. That was horrible timing. You never know, this could be my big break. Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I was reading the visual novel. That was horrible timing of that line. Wow. Wow, this visual novel's trying to get me canceled here. Holy shit. Don't look so worried. I'll just be fine. Honestly. I'll make enough money for us to get back onto our feet. Oh, for goodness sake. I can handle it. Leave everything to me. You just wait. I'll make our family into something you could be proud of. I'll be fine. Yeah. Say bye to Mom for me. I probably won't be home for a while. What? You're afraid I'm gonna make some careless mistake? I'm not that airheaded. I could be a refined and elegant young lady. So is this before she went to work for Michel? Or before she worked for Michel's family? Oh yeah, no, I do agree. Islam is very peaceful. Now I'm going to be waiting for the next line of the visual novel to make... Okay, there we go. Okay. But yeah, no, it is a very peaceful religion. Michael getting canceled? No, I just had very bad timing of the visual novel lines. Those nobles won't even know what to believe anymore. If you don't believe me, how about I give you a little taste? How are you doing this fine morning, master? Your morning beverage is ready. Prepare with the utmost of care. Morning beverage? Like coffee? See? How about that? Not bad, huh? What? You really think it sounded forced? I do wonder, is this before she went to work for Michel, or if this was before she went to Michelle's family, and then she got banished to Michelle's house by the family. Huh. I was the daughter of a merchant who ran a shop on the capital's main street. My father had passed away in a plague, so it was just me, my mother, and my older sister. It would be a lie to say business was doing well. We struggled to squeak by day to day after taxes. But we couldn't just abandon the shop and leave the capital either. So we tried to make the best of what we were able to take in between the three of us. Then, my sister fell in love with a moderately well-off aristocrat. Both Mom and I were supportive of her and her desire to marry. But their union almost fell apart because she was not suitable for him. Merchants were hardly the lowest class. What we lacked, instead, was wealth. We needed another source of money beyond what the shop took in. If only we had money, my sister could get married. And then she did the noble task of becoming a servant so that they would have the money. If only we had money, my mom would have to work so hard. If only we had money. It was then that someone from the distinguished Bollinger estate approached me. He said they were in need of Abigails and would love to have me. He said that if I agreed to work for them, the Bollinger estate would take care of my family. Generally speaking, noble houses took Abigails from other, lower-ranked noble houses. It was unthinkable for someone of my status to receive such an offer. So I took it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance and accepted the offer. Interesting. I wonder if this has to relate with the merchant, because a lot of the stories in the previous 4 doors, now I'm just thinking about the previous 3 doors before door 4, and seeing how much of each of the stories are coming in to connect to the story of Giselle. Because I kind of feel like the white-haired girl stories at the very least, are the stories of Giselle's backstory, and they all have bits and tidbits of who Giselle is. So I'm starting to wonder, between doors 1 through 3, which part of the stories connect to Giselle? Because in story number 3, the white-haired girl was married off to another man, like an aristocratic man, and she was not from, the most well-off noble family. So that could be representative of her older sister. Meanwhile, in door number 2, I think it was the white-haired girl alone with her mother when she was blind. So that, kind of goes to show that there is a connection. Her father died young in door 4 for the white-haired girl. Giselle's father died, when she was young in door number 5 right here. The truth of the story. So I'm also wondering, door number 1, there might be a connection between the white-haired girl's painter father and the merchant father of Giselle. At least that's my ongoing theory. How bro is moving. Cinema. Oh wait, are you talking about my theory making right here? Am I connecting some things together? I might be connecting some things together here from what I'm assuming. I just pray that nothing bad happens to my sister. And that Mom is getting enough money to live comfortably. Maybe. Ah, you did the Larry emote. I don't think Larry's behind me. No, I don't see Larry. Yeah, I don't see Larry right here. Sometimes he joins me when I'm streaming in the mid-afternoon, sometimes he's sleeping in the other room, and whenever he's sleeping, I don't want to bother him. That's all I can do. Indeed. When he's asleep, you don't bother him. You're right, Giselle. Their nobility. They had plenty of money. Enough to spare some. That's italicized. There might be another connection with door number 1 here. Because the white-haired girl was going to try to kill the son of the Rhodes family for revenge of her father. That italicized some may give light to Giselle potentially having ulterior motives here. Ah. The light shining through the stained glass window began to grow murky, fading into blackness. Sleepy King. Oh yeah, Tom is the most sleepiest boy. He's in minutes for 6 hours of the day, and then for the other 18 hours, he's, a very polite, sleepy boy. Although the 6 hours where he's a menace, oh god, he is truly evil Larry. It felt like a message from on high, that no, my prayers would not be answered. The bluish-white illuminations shining down upon me disappeared as clouds blocked the moon. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a sullied woman like me? Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Interesting. And now are we moving on to Michel? How's Michel doing? No, we might be still at Giselle. Nope. I see Michel. Their nobility. They have plenty of money. You said that part out loud. Moving like prime map out with the theories. Sleeping King just like my gato. Ah. Did you ever share what your gato looked like? Like, was it similar to what Tom looks like a black cat? And yes, moving like prime map out with the theories. Prime map out was like 2014 through 2017, right? I didn't really follow up on map hat, to be honest. Enough to spare some. Man, you said the quiet part out loud, Giselle. And Michelle's like super paranoid. Why would you say that out loud? Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a sullied woman like me? Oh wait, that could have been directed at Michel. Or was she speaking to God here? Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Giselle was sitting at one of the pews in the room with the stained glass window. Just looking at her, you might have thought she was offering a prayer. But the words coming from her mouth were anything but prayerful. They were filled with resentment. They had plenty of money. A sullied woman. And then, I never asked to end up like this. I can share. Ah, yes, you can share it on the Discord server. So, is this what's beneath that facade? Most likely, money's what she's after. All I need to do now is confirm my suspicions with them. Just what awful secrets will I uncover? I gave Giselle, sitting in the pew with her head drooped, a cursory glance before leaving the chapel. Damn! Not even a consolation? You just walked up, stared at her from behind, and then leave? Okay, Michel. I had somewhere else to be. What do you do all day except for mope in your room? Oh wait, is it another delivery? No, wait, you went outside. The bitterly cold outside air felt like dozens of needles flowing into my lungs. It had been so long since I had stepped beyond the mansion's walls. A thick mist canopied the night sky, blocking out the moonlight. Naturally, the heavens did not rejoice at my leaving the house. It had been 10 years since I had seen the mansion from the outside, and it hadn't changed one bit. A gloomy scar upon the earth, shrouded in darkness. Hardly the kind of place someone would enthusiastically approach. Nevertheless, it was better than that house. Are we going to get some of Michelle's backstory? Yes? Does Michel know this person in the log cabin? Who is it? Michel. What? Michel? Bollinger? Just one moment. I'll be right there. Come in. It's a humble abode, but make yourself at home. Wow, I must say, this is rather unexpected. Okay, so we will get a sprite for this man. This is probably going to be the only time he's going to appear in this entire story. Wait, there's a Discord and I'm not in it? There's no pet channel. Should I share it on general? Yes, and let me go ahead and share the super secret Discord link. It's not really that big of a secret. It's just that I hardly share my, you know, Twitch Discord server. So let me go ahead and send out a hidden link for the Discord server. Quote unquote hidden. I just hardly moderate it. Yep, there's a Discord server just for my channel. Yep, there we go. And yeah, you can share your Gato image on general, since I technically don't have a pets channel. I mean, yeah, I would just say until I could reorganize my server, I might just like say just do it on the on the general channel. Even though I probably should make a pets channel soon. Just one word, and I would have been up there in the heartbeat. And how was I supposed to do that? I am, regrettably, fresh out of carrier pigeons. You had carrier pigeons? Ah, right, yes. My apologies. This man, living in a small cottage not far from the mansion, had been hired by the Bollinger family. His job, to watch over me. That said, we never actually interacted. He was tasked with keeping track of whether I was still alive, and whether I remained in the mansion. Okay, I shared it. Okay, let's see your gato. Ooh, that's a good gato! Oh, very nice gato. Oh, very nice gato. And welcome to the server. Let me go ahead and give you the give you a role on the server, Biggie, and then I'll be right back into the gameplay. The monthly package from my family was delivered to him, which he then passed on to me. It was insipidly convoluted, but it was indicative of how much they wanted to avoid having anyone learning about me. Well then, what can I do for you? Man, this guy seems very important to Michel's life, but he doesn't get a sprite or a name? It's the French Larry. Oh, French Larry. The manservant was visibly rattled. Afraid too. Oh yeah, I'd be afraid too of French Larry. Sorry. It was perfect timing. Larry is scary, especially the American one that's sleeping in the other room. But not because of the difference in our social ranks. I had a pretty good idea what he had been told about me. He was afraid of me. Or more specifically, my curse. People fear that which they cannot comprehend. Not just children, adults as well. They fear demons, witches, and curses. Anything impure or not of this world. But I had long since gotten used to being viewed as such. It didn't sadden me. It didn't disappoint me. It didn't pain me. French Larry. Oh, is that a kitty? Oh my god. It's a black cat gift. That's awesome. Larry. Some things were too foolish to concern yourself over. Though it certainly doesn't make me feel good, either. I was, on some level, annoyed. That woman's appearance at the mansion had created ripples in my once tranquil life. So before I got into the real reason for my visit, I decided to take out a bit of my frustration. Please don't beat this guy who... I don't know, like, I don't know too much about this guy. Like, he is fearful of Michel, but he's at least trying to, you know, be nice. Don't be super mean to that guy. Raise your head. There's no need to be afraid. I don't know what you've been told, but I promise I don't bite. How rude of me. Larry. You're right. My sincerest apologies. Your job is to keep watch over me. If the mere sight of me has you trembling, what will you do if I try to run? I would have little trouble escaping. That would be quite unfortunate. What would I ever tell your mother? I'm not sure that would end well at all. You could lose everything you've been paid so far. In fact, you might be lucky to get out with your life. So surely your mother would not. You are well aware who you're dealing with, right? Do we ever see what Michel looks like? Yes, we do see what Michel looks like. I don't know if they're going to show Michel's sprite here, but we do know what Michel looks like by this point of the story. Michel, the cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family, who made a pact with the devil. I don't even need a blade to take your life. You wouldn't even make it back to report anything. Have mercy, Lord Michel. Please do not leave the mansion. Please, spare me. Only joking. What? I don't have the power to kill by way of curse. The man fell silent, but the look on his face said, You are cursed, though, aren't you? When someone's got an idea planted in their head, it's nigh impossible to get rid of it. I am so cursed that anyone can see it, that I need to be locked away in a dark mansion. Michel's extra handsome. I mean, Michel is very attractive. I am here because I had a question for you. Not to warn you that I plan to run away. A question? For me? Yes. Approximately 3 weeks ago, a black-haired woman came to the mansion. Tell me what you know about her. I was told there would be an Abigail coming, but that's all. I don't know anything else about her. I swear, that's all I know. I hadn't been told anything else. I believe you. I never thought they would tell you anything. Just look them up. That is insane. That is insane. That is an insane first reaction. Oh, man. Personally, I'm not into that myself, but you do you. You do you. I'm not into that myself, though. Right. He had been hired to observe me, but that's all he was. A hired hand. He wouldn't be privy to the Bollinger family's internal affairs. Take this. A letter? I need you to deliver it to my mother. You could have just left it in the box from this month's package, and I would have collected it when I dropped off the next one. I am in urgent need of information. Will you do this for me? Yes. Why, yes, absolutely. I'll fetch a delivery boy tomorrow morning. Much appreciated. Good night. You too. Do take care. And that's gonna be the only time we hear of this guy. Lord Michel. Yes. Is it true that you don't have... Would you like for me to Okay, damn! Would you like for me to sew your mouth shut so you can never open it again? Damn. Not at all! My sincerest apologies, Lord Michel. That was horribly disrespectful. Good night! Don't have a what? Yeah, that was what he said. Is it true you don't have... Don't have what? What do you mean by that? Curse, I most certainly am. That's a very interesting line. Don't have a what? Perplexing. My mother's response arrived just 10 days later. The delivery boy must have pushed his horse quite hard. It was almost exactly a month after Giselle had moved in. Also, we have an ad starting in about 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this next line because we have an ad coming in right now. Is that a... Oh, I thought that was Michel emoticon. Alice K23 Mog. That's the emoticon name. Alright, so I guess during this ad break, I must ask, what is the purpose of mogging? Like, I hear a lot of things out there about mogging. Like, there's, like, mog celebrities. I never understood it. Is it Giselle or Giselle? I've been pronouncing it as Giselle, but it could be Giselle. Yeah, Giselle. Yeah, I've been pronouncing it as Giselle. Because I was thinking about the Better Call Saul. Kim's con artist name is Giselle. And yes, we have, like, about a minute for the ad break. So, yeah, I guess in a way, like, it's just, like, maybe a rhetorical question, but what is the purpose of mogging? Like, there's nothing really to it. Like, I've seen videos of people talking about it. There's, like, mogging stars who are committing, like, you know, like, legitimate, like, big-time crimes. Like, what is the purpose of mogging? There isn't anything about mogging. It's a made-up it's a made-up thing? But why do people always talk about it? Like, it's just, you know, making your cheekbones more prominent? Like, I can't even do it. Like, yeah, no, I can't even do the mogging thing. I don't even know how to. But yeah, the ad break's about over, and we'll be done with the whole, you know, mogging conversation. Oh, man. All right. Yep, ad break ended. Your community is back. All right, the ad break is over. I just had a brief conversation about mogging. It supposedly makes you more attractive. Mogging makes you more attractive? I mean, maybe, but I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm just going to read the letter. And shortly thereafter, on a bone-chilling night, everything came crashing down. Ooh, okay. The rift between us grew deeper, and the wall between us impossibly not high. When I lay bare the scars in her chest, and mercilessly plunged my knife into them. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait, what? Michel killed her? Or is this metaphorical? Wait, what? Wait, is Michel gonna kill her? What the fuck? How did we get to this point? Ugh, I hate everything. My spirits were getting darker and darker, like they were slowly sinking into a deep morass. I had been at the mansion for a month, and every day since felt twice as long as it should have. I had been optimistic at first. I even had a little hope that me and Michel could get along together. But it hadn't taken long for that hope to be shattered, and the cheer locked away inside me. We lived in the same house, but we never spoke anymore. On the few occasions we did cross paths, he just gave me a cold glare and nothing more. Totally looks maxing. Michel, not you. We're all moggers here. Oh my god. I opened up a terrible thing in chat, I think, by mentioning mogging. Scorn and suspicion in his eyes. Whenever he looked at me like that, it felt as though my throat was being constricted, like I was deep underwater and running out of air. Like my very presence in the world was a crime. I never could imagine just how agonizing constant rejection was. I started despising others. Your cortisol isn't as high as Michel. Cortisol? Cortisol? Isn't that the Uma Musume meme? Cortisol high levels and it's like the dancing Umas? despising the world, convinced there was no one who could set me free. I considered running away from everything, rather than live like this another day. But I would have done so long ago if that were actually an option. If they found out I had fled, that I acted outside their wishes, my mom and sister would pay. I don't know, I just know they use that word a lot. Wait, Moggers or Uma Musume players? I had succeeded in allowing my sister to get married and my mom to live comfortably. I had given them happiness. I couldn't take that away from them again. Not after what I had to go through to do it. No, cut that out. Getting way too depressing, Giselle. Pull yourself together. That's not who you are. Be positive. The negativity didn't only come from my interactions with Michel either. No, there seemed to be some kind of terrible presence within the mansion that twisted people's hearts. The mansion was, in fact, a bit of a local legend, which I had been informed about before being sent here. People claimed it was cursed, and that an evil witch had lived in it for many, many years. Umas are too cool for that stuff. Also, Uma stream win. I have a lot of games I'm playing right now, and I'm already technically playing one gacha game, so maybe when I get caught up on Limbus Company. Michel joked that he was the witch, but I didn't believe him. I'm not usually one to believe in magic or curses at all, but being here so long, I can't help but wonder. Anyway, things can't go on like this. If I was to remain in this house, the situation needed to improve a lot. I was going to lose my mind if things kept up the way they were. It's a Uma trend. I was ready to give up once, but I'm going to try closing the distance between us again. If I could get him to open up even the tiniest bit, then maybe that would make living here a little easier. I wasn't going to try to make us best friends or anything. Just repair a relationship enough that being around each other wasn't torturous. I got my work cut out for me. How do I even begin that conversation? Heck, what is that conversation even going to be about? Maybe I should hold off. Do it another day. No. I made up my mind to do this, so I should get to it quickly. The longer I wait, the worse things are going to get. And eventually, there won't be any fixing anything. We need to talk. We need to be in the same room for more than 10 seconds, and we need to know each other. He needs to know that he's not the reason I have something to hide. Okay. Let's do this. This is gonna end up badly. I made my way to Michel's chambers, which he had told me to stay away from. My stride was slow and ponderous, but at the very least, I did my best to keep some semblance of a smile on my face. This is the one time I really like to have someone to give me a little nudge. Isn't Agnes Takion Uma? Very badly. Agnes Takion, yes, is an Uma. Yeah, I believe she is Uma. I think she's from, like, the new movie that was, like, very popular internationally. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Pardon, Master? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Master? I guess he's not here. The door wasn't locked. Oh, this is a bad idea. As was the rest of the house, his room was shrouded in darkness. The only light came from the candle in my hand. Master, are you there? Master. I guess I missed him. It's probably best if I don't stick around for long. He's already got a less than stellar impression of me. I don't want to imagine what will happen if he thinks I've been snooping around his room. Yeah, I should get out of here. I spun around on my heels, taking a step towards the door. Oh god, he's gonna already be there. He's already gonna be there. When I caught sight of an object draped in a black sheet. Don't do it. I knew how to get out of there as quickly as possible, but I was intrigued by that object. Something he kept hidden in a room I was forbidden to enter. Maybe it was a clue to discovering Michel's secrets. I reached my hand down toward the object, knowing good and well I shouldn't. Was it because I wanted to learn more about him? Was it because I wanted to tear down the veil he hid behind? Yes, Agnes Tachyon is the scientist Uma. Or was it the whispers of the witch? Oh no! What are we going to be seeing? Oh. Wait. What do we have here? Is this the portrait of Michel? I pulled off the sheet, revealing a framed painting. What appeared to be a noble woman with porcelain white skin. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. This could be Michel. Wait. I'm gonna have to wait for more proof, but I think I have a theory here. What stood out about her, though, was that the woman's hair was as pale as her skin. This could also be the white-haired girl. And then... What? I noticed something else. Wide gashes ravaged the canvas, damaging her face beyond repair. What the... I imagined it had once been a painting of a beautiful woman, but there was hardly a trace of that left. The only feeling it inspired any more was a deep chill. This damage was not accidental. It was deliberate, angry, and the contempt animating from within the frame was stifling. Agnes has a low cortisol meme. Yes, I do know the low cortisol meme. Thick, suffocating blackness seeped into me. Why would anyone? She was surely a most beautiful woman. Angelic, even. A storm of questions assaulted me. Who was she? Why had her face been carved up? Why had the painting been covered? What had happened? Who could have... There's only one person who could have done this. Michel. Why on earth... You saw it, didn't you? No. No. Is this why... Oh no. Is Michel gonna kill her? Be careful. Giselle. Huh? So is Michel actually a woman or is it Michel's mother? We'll see. We'll see. I have a theory, but I'm gonna let the scene play out. You saw the painting, didn't you? You entered my room without permission, and you saw the painting, didn't you? Angelic, you say? There's nothing angelic about that damned woman. I scrambled to make some excuse, but nothing would come out of my mouth. All I could do was tremble. Oh shit! Oh, is Michel gonna kill her? Why did he enter my chambers? What were you looking for? Answer me. My mouth wouldn't move properly. I couldn't make my voice come out. It was like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. The wisps of air that were drawn into my lungs were exhaled as hoarse gasps. My breaths were shallow and rapid. I was inhaling, but I wasn't getting any air. I was terrified. 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 Of his eyes, of his voice, of his feelings, of the knife he was holding up to me, of the terrible past I was chained to. The man's voice, the man's very flesh, terrified me. What were you trying to find? And what were you planning to do with it? Answer me! Another thing you refuse to tell me, then. No, I'm trying. Nothing's coming out of my mouth, though. Everything's so bright, and I can't catch my breath. And yes, Michel is very scary right now. It's Michel Dad Trust. Oh my god. Man, yeah, Michel Daddy is very terrifying right now. This is a serious scene. I should be not making a joke. I can't breathe. That's fine, though. You don't have to tell me. I have a pretty good idea. An idea? What do you mean? Money is what brought you to the Bollinger estate. And it's what brought you to me, too. There were countless people who would love to see that house fall. And a noble family fears nothing more than this repute. You were, I presume, approached by someone scheming the Bollinger's downfall. Michelle's giving us daddy and mommy vibes. Oh my god. No. And as it just so happens, the Bollingers have a very unfortunate secret. One they are quite desperate to keep under wraps. Me. Someone suspected I might still be alive, so they sent you to dig up information about me. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michel, who made a pact with the devil. Who was supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. You sweet-talked your way into that house, and into information about me and my present situation. Fruit. Oh my god! And you meant to trade that information for money. And I bet whoever it was put quite a handsome price on it too. Or maybe the one plotting to ruin the Bollinger family is you. No! No, that's not true. Then enlighten me. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Then tell me, if that's not the reason you wormed your way into the Bollinger estate, and that's not what you're doing here, then tell me what it is. Yo, call that transparent. Wait, transparent. Oh, it took me a... You see, sometimes it takes me a while to get the joke. Call that transparent. Oh my god. It took me a second. Tell me why you came to this mansion. You want me to tell you about that? No way. That's asking too much. Tell me. I swear, I haven't done anything to wrong you. I simply wanted to make our life together a little more comfortable. To bring some warmth to this frigid relationship we have. That's the only reason I wanted to find out more about you. I must assume I'm right then, Giselle. I must tell him he's wrong. I must tell him I mean him no harm. But I can't say anything. merchant's daughter became an abigail at a noble house? Could you come up with a more obvious lie? Your father's the one who... Wait, how does he know that I'm from a merchant family? You look perplexed. I may be imprisoned in this house, not free to move about as I please, but I have my ways. I know everything. Everything? Then he knows about that too. Oh yes, I do know. Don't! In your quest for money. Don't say it! You slut with my father. In that moment, Michel plunged his knife into my heart. Ooh. Metaphorically or physically? Okay, metaphorically. Sure, taking a sweet time to cut her or say anything. I think it's metaphorical cutting. He carved through my chest with those words, causing me to completely lose control of myself. In a panic frenzy, and probably screaming all the way, I knocked the man aside, and ran, and ran, and ran. Yep, it was a metaphorical stab. I could hear a clap of thunder in the distance. Oh, how I wish a bolt of lightning would come crashing down upon me. Maybe if God burned my tainted flesh with the divine thunderbolt, it would get rid of some of the filth. But the jagged shrieks of light cascading across the dark clouds did not strike me, only creating restless grumbles in the sky. Fuck Michel, but he's the goat, though. I mean, yeah, Michel went a little bit too far with that one. Michel went very far with that one. Oh, no. I'm not gonna go too hard on my voice because I did a 7-hour... I was streamed for like 3 hours yesterday and then recorded for 4 hours, so I'm not gonna wreck my voice with screaming right here. But Giselle is screaming right now. Hakubo the goat, though. Oh, yeah. I mean, I am definitely liking Hakubo a little bit more than Michel right now. Why? I knew if I fled that mansion, I would likely be causing trouble for my mom and sister. But I was helpless to stop myself. All I could do was run from all that threatened me with no regard for the consequences. Before long, small droplets of rain began falling, which soon grew heavy enough to penetrate the forest canopy and reach the ground where I stood. The downpour drowned out my tears and my cries. Because I had rushed from the mansion without even putting on a cloak, each cold, winter droplet stung bitterly against my flesh. I think you would prefer Michael Michel. Wait, huh? Huh? Wait, what? Michael Michel? What? Huh? Don't you mean... Wait, hold on. Wait, I think you would prefer Michelle Michael? Is that what you meant to write? Wait. Wait, I'm confused by that statement. There's a character named Michelle, and then my name is Michael. Michelle Michael. Okay, yeah, you swapped the names. I think you would prefer Michelle Michael. Okay. I mean, we haven't gotten the full story of Michelle yet, so might be taking some time to warm up, even though I did like Hakubo's resolve at the end of his chapter. I mean, at least resolve to, against Maria during the gunfight. But the bite of the rain was like a warm embrace compared to what I've been through before. Michelle had spoken the truth. As much as I wanted to deny it, to avert my eyes, reality was forever engraved in this body. No, I don't want to think about it. But I had no say in the matter. Get out of my head! think I know what this scene's gonna be. Yeah, this scene's gonna be very triggering for what I'm assuming what it's going to be. Yeah, poor Giselle. Ooh, yeah. Antonin, come over here, Giselle. Okay, may I ask you what? May I ask you why? May I ask you why you asked me here so late at night, Master? Oh, I just wanted to have a little chat. Care for some wine? Come closer, and I'll pour you a glass. I had this wine imported from up north. They use very hard water, and it like it rather tart, so it leaves quite the lasting impression on your tongue. And yet, it goes down so easily, you can't just seem to stop. What do you say? Have a sip. Or does your expertise as a trader allow you to evaluate a wine's quality without tasting it? No, but, please, Giselle, don't trample over my good graces. Very well, then. I will have a sip, master, but no more. Yeah, this OST is really good, but it's already giving me some, it's gonna be a lot of goosebumps because of the way that it's being used in this scene. Have you ever considered growing out your hair? Having long hair made it difficult to do my job. You're not a merchant anymore, though. You deserve to look like the woman you truly are. I have no doubt longer hair would accentuate your natural beauty. It's a gorgeous shade of black, so deep a man could get lost in it for years. It would contrast the color of your skin fabulously. Highlight your eyes, your cheekbones, your nape, your shoulders, and your chest. I should get going. Oh, but we're not done talking yet. I would not want a lack of sleep to interfere with my ability to work tomorrow. Thank you very much for the wine. It was delicious. No need to be so cold-hearted now. BRB. Okay. From the moment I first laid Master! This is not a great scene. That's enough fooling around for one night. No. Don't be afraid. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I simply want to express my love. Let go of me! I only came here to work, nothing more. The first time I saw you. I'm back, but not looking. Yeah, this scene's very, very distressing. I thought it would be a tragic waste to leave you to wither away, working at some little street-side shop. Stop! You can't tell me you didn't know a merchant girl had no place in a house like this, even as a servant. There's only one reason you would be allowed here. No, I swear, it never even crossed my mind. It would seem you're even more innocent than you look. Oh, but you figured it all out by now, haven't you? No, let go of me. Stop this. Keep your voice down. Do not shout, Giselle. If anyone were to find out about this, you would be the one shouldering the consequences, not me. Fuck that Antonin, don't even voice him. Okay. Yeah, like, I was reading it out loud. Okay. I mean, there's definitely some lines that I do not want to read out loud, so I might not actually read part of this scene because, yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, no, thank ya. Ugh. But... oh... yeah, you're a maid and I'm the master of the house. Yeah, he's definitely doing a power dynamic here. He's literally saying, whose word do you think holds more weight? Ads? Yeah. This might be a good time for ads during this scene. Oh, this scene's a little... ooh. Yeah. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I promise your family will be exceptionally well taken care of. Ugh. Damn. Ugh. Oh, he's manipulating her. Your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. Oh my god. But you know what will happen if you raise a fuss and make a fool of yourself. Oh my god. That is disgusting. Oh my god. Antonin is fucking disgusting. Not only will your family not get any more of our money, and not only will your sister not get to marry. Oh my god. And you'll spend the rest of your lives on the streets. Oh my god. How could you be so cruel? This is blackmail. Blackmail? For a merchant's daughter, you don't know much about trade, do you? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Anthony needs to be punched by Evil Larry. I'm back. Yeah, he really does. I went ahead and looked through some more lines during the ad break because of, well, I kind of just want to get done with the scene as fast as possible, but holy shit! This line in general, oh my god. Like, I almost said an Umineko spoiler right here, but this is worse than that one scene in Umineko. If you know, you know. And yeah, there's a similar scene in Umineko as a quick heads up for chapter 7 of the game. Oh my god. This is even worse than the scene in Umineko. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I think we all know what's gonna happen there. No. 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 Yeah, I'm not reading that. Fucking hate this character. I do too. I do too. Like, he's atrocious. Like, what's happening right here? It just proves that Antonin, like, without any mercy, yeah, Antonin on the spot, like, he's gone. Like, I'm taking my sword out and attacking him. On the spot. He was an older man, so I hadn't expected him to be very strong. But I couldn't break free of his grip, and I found myself entirely at his mercy. Beneath the gaudy outfits lay a hungry beast, and I was seeing the creature's true colors for the first time that day. The aging man ran his disgust. Oh. Ugh. Fuck Antonin. Oh. I'm calling Yukimasa. Yeah, let's call Yukimasa on this fuck. I wonder what kind of place hell was. If hell's wardens only flayed and carved their prisoners, I would have preferred that instead. I would have rather been sliced into tiny little chunks and cast into the hellfire. I would have chosen eternal torment over being touched by this man another second. But I didn't get to choose my hell. Eventually, the man forced open the gates I've been holding fast and spread his festering death inside me. Listen to me, Giselle. It isn't... Yeah, I'm not even going to give a voice for him. I'm just going to read this in the most monotone voice. Yeah, it makes me vomit too. That's why I'm not even going to give this character a voice anymore. I'm just going to say this in the most monotone expression because he does not deserve a voice. It's in both of our best interests to keep this between the two of us. If you can do that, I'll continue to do good by you and your family. Oh, don't look at me like that, please. I'm thrilled to have you here in this house, Giselle. She has long since lost her mind after... What do you mean by that? Are we talking about your... Who are you talking about? Is torture just being in the same room? Oh my god. And my sons, they hardly ever come home. Well, yeah, of course Michel's never going to come home. You're a piece of shit. But you, Giselle. Ugh. Your life should stay dull forever and your hell be very torturous. Now going back to your room. Okay, wow, okay. Fuck you. Fuck you, Antonin. I couldn't escape from that man's grasp. Not when he used my family against me. Some weeks, I would just not go to his chambers, my one feeble means of resistance. Please tell me Michel gets his ass. Please tell me Michel gets his ass. Yeah, and it's not over. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if Michel gets his ass. But when I did that, he would send another Abigail to come find me the next day. I couldn't ignore his summons when he got other people involved. And then, when the two of us were alone, the mask would come off. And he would discipline me for not showing up before taking care of his usual business. On good day... He would leave bruises in inconspicuous places, my abdomen, my inner thighs. Oh my god. But he went as far as carving a word into my skin with a knife. Oh my god. Harlot. Oh. Oh. That was why I was afraid of knives. That was why I was afraid of men shouting. I wasn't even sure what to regret anymore. I was in far too deep. There was no turning back the clock. I even considered taking my own life on more than one occasion. And every time the thought crossed my mind, happy memories came with it. Back when it was just the three of us girls in the shop. Life may not have been easy, but was never dull either. I didn't want to end my life at its absolute lowest point. I wanted, just temporarily, to go back to the way things were back then. That objective was the only thing that allowed me to keep going. When I was in his presence, I tried to convince myself I was merely an object. I had no emotions, so he couldn't hurt me. I was merely a vessel, a construct of flesh and bones. His hands couldn't reach my heart, for it was not connected to my body. Doing that made it a little easier to bear. But the reality was, it was impossible to completely sever my heart from my body. Oh. It is actually my cutoff point for right now, since I do have a meeting in 15 minutes, so I will have to end it here. Oh. Yeah, I think we're going to be getting into some more heavy scenes next time, but I do actually have to end things right here. Sorry for ending it on a very, very somber note. Yeah, I do have a meeting in about 15 minutes, so yeah, my apologies on this one. This scene was quite something. Yeah, horrible note to end. It is a horrible, like, I don't think there's any way I can get around, like, the horrible note to end the stream on. Yeah, I mean, it's important that these stories are told. It's very distressing to read some of these stories, but it's very important because these things do happen every day. People do abuse their power and do horrible things to other people. Thank you for the W stream. It doesn't feel very W right now.
Okay.